Yes, family. Yo. So hopefully, yep, we're gonna get straight on it. The issues within our community. 11 past. Give people the lowdown. You know what I mean? Send out the flyers. Everyone know at 3 p.m. that Eazi's gonna go in on the information. You know, like, cause the end of the last build, Eazi was like, yeah, people want to know what my issues with meat. Yeah, so we're definitely gonna invite the brothers in, and then we can get on there ASAP. You get it? So yeah, man, we're gonna be ready to rock and roll, because there's a lot of things that go on. We definitely need to rock and roll about it, and hopefully we can put it in a more constructive format where we can just listen to each other's builds, you know, and then give people the chance to speak. So this is what we're gonna do. Let me just try to find and add my brother, but it's gonna be a lot. It's powerful information that we're gonna speak on. Let me just try to find my brother to add. What's going on here? Yeah, man, definitely. So let me just find someone else. Ready to rock and roll. You see the brothers to jump on. Able to join, requested. Yeah. Jumped on, jump back off. But yeah, before we start, we see what I want. Come on, man, this is losing my, you know, this is losing the gas, the energy, man. Come on. I'm gonna jump on that. I'm gonna start again, back. We're gonna get back straight on it. So I'm gonna add the brothers. Yo. What's going on, man? What are you saying?
You telling me, bro?
Nah, man, we're about to get cracking. We're gonna get cracking, man, and then we get straight to the information and speak about certain points, you know, because obviously big up Nature, man. So if man I can't make it because his phone kind of broke, so salute to him though, you know what I mean. So but yeah, man,
what's going on, brothers? Everything good?
Yeah, you done all that.
Yeah, man, happy Earth Day as well, bro.
Yeah, love for that still, man.
You say happy birthday, bro.
Thank you, my bro.
Hey, so yeah, man, hey, it should be good. It should be good. I hope, you know, cause I put out that flyer, you know what I mean. I give people some time to actually dissect or try to pull up whatever they need to dig up to have a the build. The first build was power build. It was good. I enjoyed it. It looked good, you know what I mean. So we're gonna just make it better, because this is our teaching tool that we're gonna use, you know, just to communicate to the fans and to the people that's willing to listen, you know what I mean. So I think, you know what I mean. So how I ended it, cause I know Nature Man kind of left from earlier before we ended that last. Yeah. So how I ended it was we went into like a little bit of genetics, and how archaic humanoids can play a role within our dietary. We went a little bit into the microbiome. We went into a little bit, so we kind of ended up on genetics and my beef with beef. You get it? My beef with meat. So I don't know if you want to speak on that before, because what I want to do is kind of like break down my issue with meat, because I have issues with meat, and I want to break down my issues with meat. With my issues with meat, I have to break it down in sections. So it's gonna be a point where I'm gonna have to dissect information.
You might as well just go ahead, go straight into it.
Do you want to go into it?
Yeah, man.
All right, cool. So my first issue. Let's go straight into it. My first issue. My first issue is what you is called now is trimethylamine. Trimethylamine, yeah? Trimethylamine is a compound that gets formed when you consume certain nutrients, yeah? So the nutrients that forms this trimethylamine is from carotene, L-carotene, and high levels of choline, yeah? So these substances are found at its highest form in meat sources, yeah? So eating dietary with high sources of carotene, L-carotene, and choline causes what you called trimethylamine, yeah, by the microbiome. So the food get digested in your stomach, and then your microbiome gets a piece of it, and then converts those nutrients into what you call trimethylamine. Have anyone heard of that term, trimethylamine? It could be, you might have seen it in structured in the form of TMA.
No, I haven't. I'll be honest with you, I haven't.
Matchfit, have you heard of TMA? You have, yeah. So TMA is trimethylamine, yeah. So when a food source that is digested and then and the nutrients get pushed down into the microbiome, it creates what you call trimethylamine. Trimethylamine then get converted, get pushed into what you have the bloodstream, and then it enters into what you call the liver. The liver converts that trimethylamine into what we know now as trimethylamine N oxide. Yeah? Trimethylamine N oxide now is what we know as a carcinogenic. Carcinogenesis. And what it does, it causes inflammations within the blood circulation. It ends up creating what you have: kidney disease, heart attacks, and diabetes, and etc. So it triggers off many factors within your organs, within your system. Yeah. So that's one issue that is caused by the factors that is provided within meat source. So I know so that's just one scientific.
Can I add?
That's definitely one scientific fact that is backed up by sources. So yeah, you can jump straight on that one.
So yeah, you were saying something about the oxide.
Yeah.
Which is a gas.
Yeah.
And then obviously the acidic. Well, gas is acidic. I know I'm touching on what we've touched on before.
Yeah.
I feel like the need to bring it back in terms of acidity. Everything you're saying basically is acidity.
Mad thing.
Which the body don't want.
Mad thing. Yeah, have you got anything to say about that match fit before I'll carry on? No, it doesn't. So okay, so we got 1 point. TMAO. Yeah? TAMO, yeah. Trimethylamine N oxide, that gets converted by the liver. It gets converted by the liver, which then cause inflammation within the blood circulation and cause havoc within our joints. That's provided by meat source. Meat is high in choline and L-carotene. Yeah, you won't find the highest content in that shape or form in any plant-based sources. You can only find it in meat. Yeah. So, okay, that's scientific, because you know where it is, because how we left it, how we left it on the last video, terms like generalization was brought up, and this is where Eazi is gonna step up the levels now, because now I'm breaking down how it works. I'm talking the scientific knowing that you can research, and it shows how it works within our body that converts it into a detrimental to our body. So this is what I want to hear from people that got any rebuttal. I don't want to hear it's generalized, because this is genetics now. This is form of genetics. I'm gonna break it. I'm gonna go in a little bit more, because there's 3 major points. So yeah.
Do you know? Obviously, yeah, you're breaking it down in the scientific way.
Yeah.
But if we break it down in a much simplified way as well, I mean, all right, most of us here look pretty active, yeah. But then there's a lot of people out there that are not active, and in fact, their consumption rate of specific things, meat, whether it be pork, beef, chicken, whatever. Obviously, we know which ones cause more obesity, for example.
Mad.
But when you're dealing with people that are over a certain amount of weight, most of the time that's coming from the consumption of meat. Okay, starchy food as well, the rice and whatnot, we get that. But the meat as well, especially, you know. So, like, all right, cool. We use these terminologies, but really and truly, if these foods these meats, we're supposed to be eating them. All right, I understand that some people might not be like ourselves, obese. Cool, but it can still affect us. If that's what it's doing to people that are eating these things in abundance, you know.
What is on my shit, bro? That's mad thing.
Yeah, it has to be doing something to us as well.
Yeah.
But acidity, I mean, obviously the scientific terms, cool. We need to understand every scientific term, but it's basically in a nutshell saying that your body is riddled with acidity. And because of that meat and the acidity, it's causing mucus. And you see, I really believe in that theory because anytime you're sick or not well, you have mucus. For example, like if you're coughing it up, you can blow it out your nose. So that goes to show that this whole theory, you know, is true. Not only that, the digestion of meat. Let's go away to a different side of things. Digestion of meat. Red meat takes about 18 hours.
Jeez.
And not only that, in that 18 hours, not all of it is going to be digested, because along the way in the intestines, which is about 2 meters long in comparison to a lion's, get stuck, you know, and rots within that whole system of the colon the colon and, you know, XYZ. It is no way in shape or form. All right, and I understand some people, yeah, cool, all right, you could eat it once a month. Yeah, it's not going to really do you any damage in it. Of course, I hear that. As long as you're cleansing your body and whatnot, depending on the rest of your diet and all of that. But yeah, you know, it's one of those things, isn't it? Obviously, if somebody is trying to actually give people good advice, they're never ever going to say, oh yeah, all right, I have meat once a month or whatever, you know.
Nah, definitely.
But look at Usain Bolt, yeah. There is people that when they're in the midst of their career and they're training hard and all of that, and they're eating meat, the minute they stop that, some of them are, it's true, become vegan. Because they know, all right, we're not going to be burning as much calories or, you know, of the food content that we've been eating for so much time. So it's best that we switch over to this now. You know, I don't know. I think the man's playing football now. I'm not sure. I don't really know, but...
Have a picture?
Okay. Take the pictures. I'm just talking to a few people about health, yeah?
Okay.
All right, cool.
I can't see you.
But yeah, man, I mean... You know, obviously there's a scientific terms, and then there's breaking it down for the people that might not know specific scientific terms in general, just to make it make sense.
Facts.
You know?
Yeah.
When you're going to the toilet, yeah, I'm looking. That picture's funny. And then when there's going to the toilet and things like that, the constipation side of things, there's so many different factors to it. Yeah, that really your everyday, your average person probably won't even clock. Unless they say, okay, let's not eat this for a week. And then in that week, if they're conscious of, okay, how am I going to feel in that week? Then they'll begin to realize, oh, right, you know what? I wasn't straining when I was going to the toilet this week. I was all right. It's just coming nice and easy, you know? there's bare different factors to it, man. And from the time you start becoming conscious and looking at these things in regards to meat, yeah, it tastes good, cool, but eat it raw, eat it by itself. Can you do that? No, that's another thing as well. Yeah, you won't even like the taste of it, really. You know what I mean? Because it's flavorless.
And the compounds that get introduced as well once it's been cooked and fired, it's been put on it, exposed to it. It causes carcinogenic compounds. So yeah, match fit. Yeah, I don't know if you want to speak on that because I got a couple more and I'm going in today because yeah. So yeah, match. Now, Magic, what, you gonna be on the quiet one? Because you know what it is as well, which is my issues on the with my issue with of needing Match Fit to speak, because he sent me something the other day, which was a TikTok with a TikTok video, and then he wanted me to respond to that, and I just laughed at it because if this is where you're getting your information from, that is a joke, that is a laughing matter. And then when I responded by laughing, the reply was, what's there to laugh about? The whole thing is there to laugh about. And then I was like, I must have been like, is this your scholarship or is this scholarship? And he was like, fuck scholarship. And he was like, fuck scholarship. You was like, fuck scholarship. And I'm like, what the hell is that? And this is meant to be
because your scholarship is, what you're saying is superficial. What was said in the post was very specific point that you can either confirm or deny. You can disagree or agree with. Because it's not coming from some book that you refer to as a valid source, a scholarship source, it's irrelevant. What was said was Hong Kong has the highest rate of meat eaters, and yet they have the longest life expectancy. Because you're seeing it in a TikTok post, you're like, that's not scholarship. But what if it's just a fact? What if those two are true facts?
Reading
It doesn't matter that it's not in a published book.
Is that down to them eating meat though?
No, the point is that's what was said. Right now,
I know. I'm trying to further it now. Let's.
Yeah, I know. I hear you.
Yeah.
I'll answer that. But just what my man is saying is that because it's in a TikTok post, the facts that man is saying in the TikTok post are irrelevant. When that's just dumb, because a fact is a fact. It don't matter where it comes from.
That's not a fact though. The thing is, it's not a fact. You showing one source, you showing one source don't make it a fact. That's my point. You haven't done no research. I asked, is that
I looked up myself.
one source?
Let me
That's
say something
mad.
here, yeah?
That is mad.
Listen, see,
There's
that's
a
why I
study that verified that Hong Kong does have the highest per capita age per capita. People are living to be the oldest per capita.
Okay,
and
but
there's a
see my
study
question.
that
Wait, one sec.
also
Let one
shows that they are the
speak
highest
over.
meat eaters. So that study that the guy is talking about in the post exists. Now, whether or not that proves that is
Could you
the case, that
send me
meat
the-
is good,
One
it doesn't
second.
do none of that.
Yeah. 1 second.
It doesn't do none of that. But what I'm saying is the study exists. You could have Googled it. There might be a study that says that the opposite. The point is that study exists, and that guy was just talking about it. But because he's not in a source that you're verifying, you're like, no, that's all pseudo. It's laughable. That's dumb. He also mentioned B vitamins. He said there are minerals in meat, B vitamin. This is just true. But because, again, it's not in a book, you're like, no, bullshit, I'm not going to listen to that. He also said certain characters eat meat to fuel them. Because he's saying in the TikTok is bullshit.
Man even said meat is plant-based now because the cow or the chicken or whatever eats grass. Now it's plant-based. Meat is plant-based now. This is the narrative that Match Fit is trying to send to me for me to dissect.
What are you talking about? You
No,
know,
you know what, though?
On that video, I'm gonna post that. Where,
meat is plant-based.
yeah, it say, brother, have you watched the whole video, bro? It says meat is plant-based because the meat.
Plant-based.
This, brother, I don't think you watched what you sent. You sent it to me, bro, and you don't even watch what you sent, bro.
Bro, what I'm saying are there are facts there that I clear-cut facts. I don't know about meat is plant-based. That phrase doesn't even make sense to me. I didn't hear none of that. But I was talking about the facts that he said. He showed you a study. He mentioned the amount of nutrients that are in meat, that do exist in meat. He said this individual eats meat and lives well. These individuals do this. These are just facts, and you're saying it's invalid because it's TikTok.
let me make a
So-
point, yeah? Because you see
Yeah,
where,
I'm saying one of the
see
things
where
he
both
said
of
is
you lot are
stupid.
coming from, yeah? I get it. Like, obviously, meat has, you know, minerals. It was a living entity before they kill it, yeah? So it's going to have minerals. It's going to have minerals to exist, yeah? Like we all do, because we're all part of this ecosystem, so to speak, yeah? Now, you see when you mentioned, obviously, I see where Easy's coming from, and I see what you're saying as well. But this is this is why I asked you, this study, if you could send it to us, it would help us more, yeah? But it just makes it easier to pinpoint it. But you see this study was done primarily, you know, because I've heard that in Japan they actually do live for quite a longer life expectancy. But this study was done by a biased, I feel they're biased because it's just about meat. A lot of these Japanese people, and a lot of these Asian people, Vietnamese, Chinese, after they eat anything under the sun. But the key thing about them when they eat, after they eat, they always have something given to them or ready for them to consume after they've had their meal. And that is herbal teas. Yeah? So, regardless of what they're eating, this is why I begin to say, okay, well, let's look at this for a minute, because I'm not disputing what you're saying.
Right, let's look at it. That's it.
Yeah.
That's what you're supposed to do.
I'm not
Just say, let's
disputing.
look at it. Don't just refuse.
I'm not disputing.
In that
I'm not
just saying
disputing it.
bullshit. Yeah, look at it. That's my only point. Now, one thing I want to add, just what you're saying there, yeah? The thing wasn't saying that meat is good. He didn't show a study that said meat made them live longer. He said there's two stats that
These people.
one stat is that they have, one stat says that they live, their per capita, they have the highest age on average. They live in the longest in Hong Kong.
Yeah.
On average, right? And then, on another stat they have for Hong Kong is they're the highest meat eaters. So these are just two separate facts. They're just two separate facts. One of them is per capita, they live the oldest in the world. And then another one says they're the highest meat eater. So the guy has used these two facts and he tried to say, oh, so look, obviously they're chatting and shit. I don't care what the guy's saying. I'm talking about the facts he's presenting to make up his argument. You get what I'm saying? So
all right, let me say something.
One more point, Eazy.
All right, make one point. Cause wait. Let me just say something. Wait. Let me say it time before you say something. What I'm saying is when we have to be more patient on letting each other speak now. So you're next, Nate and each man. But I'm saying I don't want to be going cutting over. So we're just gonna take, but don't be too long-winded. But finish your point and then we move on. So go on, next man.
No, I'm just saying basically. So like, obviously, fair enough. These people they live the longest and they've got the highest meat eating right. Yeah. Now, again, I'm someone that like has to kind of question, where is this coming from? This information, who's actually done this quote to say that, okay, well, these people are doing this and these people are doing that? Because I'll be honest with you. All right, cool. You're not in everyone's house, so a lot of the time, I don't know if this is just from restaurants in the local community, surveys, whatever, but it don't even make sense to me, because when we go to the Western world, you know that's where people are eating the most meat. We can see that. In Japan or China, you're not getting a lot of overweight people. Yes, all right, they might eat it, and they might eat it to a certain degree where, they're not eating it in excess, but then that wouldn't make sense in terms of the amount of meat they're eating, because they're meant to be eating the most amount of meat. But when you go to, okay, let's say Europe, let's not even go to America yet. We see the people that are eating these kind of things, and it's not only them things they're eating. You know what I mean? So it's like, okay, cool. I'm not disputing it, but I'm just saying there's a few questions here now where it's like, okay, really, is that really trustworthy information? Because it's very hard to get information that we can trust these days. And say, you know what, let's go by that, because that sounds like, like facts, 100% truth. Obviously, yeah, there's facts, but then there's obviously facts that are based on, what type of study, and that's what you're trying to say, basically.
All right, cool. All right, cool. So half of the stuff that Matchfit's saying that I'm saying, I didn't even say in the first place. So you're making arguments for you to just rebuttal on something that I haven't said. I never said it was bullshit. You're making up stuff, Matchfit. I don't know why you do this all the time. What I told you exactly what I done. The conversation was on my. I'm gonna screenshot it and pull it out there. You're saying that I said it was bullshit. I said I laughed at it, and then I said, is this your scholarship? I laughed at this is your research. I was like, then in my mind, I'm thinking, if this is where you get your information from, then it is laughable. That's what I'm saying. I never said this is bullshit. I never said that what the China man said. I didn't even answer what you said, Matchfit. So you're making up craps. I don't know why you do it. I never said anything was bullshit. So let's carry on now. Let's get a little bit more into scientific. Yeah. So now there's something called arachidonic acid. Have anyone asked about arachidonic acid?
Can we stay on that point for a second?
Why do we need to?
No, let him speak and say what he needs to say.
Nature man just said about it.
Yeah, let's.
I don't want to get stuck on that point. I think we made that point already.
No, I did. Nature man misunderstand, and I wanted to talk.
Yeah, all right, cool.
Remember, I sent it to you, and I wanted to go back and forth with you about that post, and you said no, we'll deal with it on Saturday. So it's Saturday now, so let's talk about it. Because
yeah, but why are you telling why are you on camera saying that I said it was bullshit then?
You said it was laughable. I'm paraphrasing. I'm saying
no, you were saying that you said that.
You're right. No, you're right. You never said bullshit. You said it was laughable. You said it was a joke. You laughed at it. You said, well, this is just pseudo.
I said,
you call it pseudo.
Yeah.
You call it pseudo,
yeah.
which is me paraphrasing that. When you call something pseudo, that's paraphrasing. Because usually when you say that, you're like, but that's not even.
And then I said, is this your scholarship?
Right? Yeah.
And then you said, then you said, fuck scholarship. And then I said, and then I left it like that. I was like, let's talk about it. Yeah. So what I'm saying is, yeah. No, I said let's talk about it when we're live on Saturday. That's what I said.
Okay, all right.
Yeah. So half of the extra stuff was all right. You're taking that back. But what I'm saying is, if that is your research, yeah, I'm saying that is laughable. TikTok research, yeah, it's not good enough for me, bro. Showing articles that have no references. Okay. It's not good enough for me, bro. You can't bring that in a scholarly discussion. You can't bring that anywhere. You can't even bring that into college. Yeah, so that's my point. So if you want to carry on after that, then you can make that point.
So yeah, the point I want to make is basically what you're saying and what Nature Man said. Basically, the argument both of you presented. The argument that both of you presented about that what this guy said in his TikTok video is that one Nature Man said, I don't even know how verifiable that highest age per capita is, and I don't know how verifiable the meat is on the highest per capita thing. That is a study, like there are many, that is a measurement that is continuously done. They're always talking about which countries, which areas live to be the oldest. So you can always just say, like, I don't know how they did it, so I don't believe it. This is easy to do, but that is something that they commonly do. At the highest country of meat eating, you're right. We don't know who come up with that. Your argument against it, Nature Man, was that we can see. We just assume in Europe because we can see. Right?
I wouldn't say we're assuming because when we look and we see something with our eyes, it tells the truth. Now, I haven't been everywhere in the world. Yeah.
Exactly. So it's an assumption because we can't.
We know in America there's a very big obese problem that has been going on for decades.
No, I hear you, but we don't know how they eat in Hong Kong. You don't know how they eat in Hong Kong. I was surprised as well.
Show me one.
Clearly, for the table to exist, like somebody's done some study. Now you're right. We don't know who's done the study. We don't know how they come to that conclusion.
I can tell you three black again. I can tell you three black people.
Yeah, but bruv, that's subjective again. That's a pseudo way of looking at what I'm saying is right now, the arguments that both of you are presenting is I don't think their conclusions are valid. Eazi saying that's not what I'm saying because
I'm saying that I'm not saying
you're saying you don't think you're saying how can
I'm not saying that I don't think their things are valid. But I'm just saying, first of all,
how can we?
I saw the video.
I agree with you. Can I just say this? I agree with both of you. But the point I'm trying to make is is right now the only contention is that these facts are not valid because we haven't verified it. But notice, if it is verified, can we accept if these numbers were verified that Hong Kong does have the highest age rate per capita and Hong Kong does eat the most meat? This isn't whole of Asia. This isn't the whole of China.
I still wouldn't believe it.
You would just not believe it.
I believe myself. That's what I'm trying to say in terms of what I see.
So if we looked up these studies, yeah, and we found they was verified by some source that you respected in another study, you would still say they should be lying.
If I see that people in Hong Kong or Japan, I thought it was at first.
No, it's Hong Kong. It's Hong Kong.
Okay, are overweight. Yeah. Then I'll say, okay, cool. That might.
But overweight isn't indicative of meat. It does just because you eat a lot of meat doesn't mean
it's a contributor.
Many things are. I heard you
say it's a contributor to being overweight.
Let one at a time, please.
It's a contributor. So it's a contributor, I'd say, to being overweight. It's not the only thing. I'll say that, but it's one of the main things.
You said that about over here as well. Like the main issue over here is sugars and processed food in general. Like that is really what's driving the overweight. It isn't the meat eating. Like we eat a lot of meat, but really not in comparison to the processed food and the sugar.
It's meat too.
Yeah. But the real overweight issue, the issue of overweight, maybe other health concerns are based purely on the meat, but the real issue of overweight is the sugar consumption.
Yeah, no, no, 100%. I agree. I agree on that. But meat is a very big contributor to being overweight. It's just as bad as the sugar, the starch, and all of those kind of things.
I hear you. I guess I'm only saying that because you're trying. It sounded like you was using whether Hong Kong people are overweight as a measure of whether or not they're eating the most meat. And I would say a nation doesn't have to be eating the most meat to be overweight. Americans have the most sugar intake. That's why they're so fat.
Yeah,
No,
wait. Let me stop you there for a minute. I've not been to America. I've been to Canada, yeah. But we see these days a lot of stuff online, YouTube, XYZ. In America, you see them. They sit down and their steak is the size of a food tray that you would use back in the house sometimes when you're young or whatever. Even now till today or whatever, your mum give you a tray or whatever, or wherever you live. You know. Yeah. Then obviously, cool. Look my brethren from Detroit's in the convo now, man. Americans are big. 1-800 sneakers. Like, bro, if we look with our eyes, it's not always easy to see truth. But this is something I feel that we're talking about that is really easy to see. I'm not saying that you don't get
what I'm
within every culture.
Let's move from the subject, bro.
Love meat, yeah, which is globally everybody does, yeah. You'll see that in America, and this is on a broad spectrum of not even just one race. In America, everybody eats meat. For example,
it's true. This is true.
And look at them. They're different.
Yeah, I hear you, but you're also leaving out how much more sugar they take in than everyone else.
No, I understand that, but you know what it is? When we're talking about
One second.
You said everyone eats meat. So everyone they eat them much more than everybody else.
Let me be clear. Excessively.
Yeah, but then Maxfit. But I got a question for you, Maxfit. Yeah, because I know you like the term of generalization. I want you to break down how sugars turn into fats and then cause obesity.
Say that again.
I want you to break down how the sugars turn into fats and then cause obesity. I want you to show me a scientific method, because I don't agree with what you said. What you're saying is pseudo. I can break down the causes of how people turn into obesity, and there's two factors. You got hormone imbalance, and you got the fundamental factor of polyunsaturated fat that come from meat sources. So what I'm saying is I can break them both down scientifically. I want you, because you made that statement, I want you to break down how sugars turn into fats and then cause obesity. Because I want to know if...
Okay.
Yeah, please do that for us.
it creates insulin insensitivity. The overconsumption, particularly of these overly processed sugars, these fake sugars in processed foods, it creates insulin insensitivity. And the problem is that when our insulin is deregulated, it wreaks havoc on all of our systems.
It causes diabetes, bro. You're describing diabetes. You're describing something else, bro. I don't think you know what you're talking about, fam.
Wait, hold on. This is a very important topic, so go on.
One second.
Insulin insensitivity leads to obesity too. It's not just
How?
It's not
Wait, slow down.
How?
Starch and the sugars.
sugars.
No,
Overconsumption of sugars.
it's from the meat. It's from the meat. And I'll tell you why.
Right.
Wait. Nature man, 1 second. Nature man, 1 second. Wait. Matchfit. I want you to
Where corrections due, man have to actually put
No, but but let him land though. Well, from now on, I want, cause you know what it is. Let me just make it clear now, because
let him do it before he forgets what he's saying.
all right. So this land, make your point, Match.
This insulin sensitivity doesn't just cause one disease, diabetes. Yeah, it ravaged mad issues in the body. It leads to fatty liver disease. It leads to heart disease. It leads to brain fucking diseases. It leads to many things. Point blank.
Yeah, why?
How?
Why?
How?
Because
No, why?
The way your cells are supposed to utilize the glucose, insulin can no longer push the sugar into your cells to create ATP. It can no longer do that, and then now you're gonna have deposits all over the body, and the liver has to struggle because it's always having to ramp up how much insulin is required for you to actually utilize the sugar, because you're always spiking all the time. It's over like eating sugar several different times a day, having several insulin spikes that damages the body on many levels, creating a stressed out system. And this stressed out system leads to many illnesses, not just diabetes, many illnesses.
Do you know what I would like to add to that? It's much more simple than that. When your blood is pumping around the body, yeah, and it becomes to the state where there's less oxygen because of what you're consuming has no oxygen. It's not feeding the cells. It's not feeding the body, with the minerals. Then your body is pumping around acidic or deoxygenated blood, which is no good for it. Yeah? That means that after some time, the things that are meant to help to cleanse your body and detoxify your body, like the liver, and pump the crap out of your body, or whatever, basically filter the crap out of your body. These things, the lymphatic system, everything becomes, it's like a rusty bike. Before you know it, the bike, you keep allowing it to be out. Okay, it's just gonna seize up. It's that simple. And it's acidic foods. Meat is very acidic, especially when they kill the animals, especially when they kill the animals specifically in specific type of ways too. These things begin to happen, like diabetes. Now, diabetes is mainly caused by meat. People think it's from eating starchy foods and that. I'm not saying it's not a contributor. It probably is a very big contributor, yeah? But meat, because most people, if they stop eating meat, they start eating the veg and them kind of things, and yes, stop eating the sugars and all of that as well, then, but especially meat, they can get rid of their diabetes type 2, and it will go.
Facts.
Not if they're still eating processed food and a whole bunch
Facts.
of sugars.
No, that's what I said. Everything.
They won't.
Of course, no,
Just
everything.
cutting out the meat, you will still be ready.
Everything.
This is why a lot of vegans.
But you can't keep eating meat and cut out the processed food.
When one person is done, keep.
You can't keep eating the meat and just cut out the processed foods and all these things and think that your diabetes is gonna get better or disappear. It won't work like that.
People have done that though.
All right, this is why we need to become. This is the issue, because we're not.
Eat chicken.
This is the issue. Because we're not scientific and we can understand how these processes work. This is why we're always going to get the back and the forth. Maxfit's going to be right and Nature Man's going to be right. You're going to get back and forth if you don't become scientific. because you don't know what creates these components and these.
You know what though?
Wait, let me finish. You keep on cutting, man. So what I'm gonna say, if we don't become scientific illiterate, then we're just gonna be going back and forth because both of you are right. Matt's Fit is saying is right, but then if you don't break it down and show and prove how these cause a detrimental to our body, then you ain't gonna know the difference. So that's what I want. When I ask someone to break it down, you when you say something, you have to actually break it down. Matt Fit done as best as he could. So salute to him. But what he kind of described there was more of a diabetes factor. And he was right. Wait. You're right. Because it does have a ripple effect on other organs and other parts. So he's right. But when I asked specific question, he failed to produce the answer for that. But fair enough, yeah. So what I want this platform to be, when we talk upon something, I want us to really fully understand what we're saying, because everything that you're saying is correct. But when I ask you to break it down and show me how, we're gonna struggle. And when you break, wait, let me finish. I'm gonna finish in a second. When you break it down and understand it fully, this is where it's gonna be different, and this is where you can put one to the side and other to the side. So that's what I want to do on the next thing that I'm gonna point out in a minute. So finish your thing so I can bring out another scientific breakdown to show why meat is a detrimental to the body. Finish, Nick, man, please.
Do you know what? For me, obviously, yeah. All right, we could go down the scientific route, but you know, most people that have been listening to this are not all going to know all the scientific, you know, thingies. The best scientific route that I can tell you about these things is just as simple as it is. We all know that meat is not healthy. We eat too much of it, it becomes more of a problem. Yeah, it's out there. Everybody knows that. Yeah, if I sit down and eat freaking pork chops every day this week for the next month, few months, that's not gonna digest well. We know this. Like, it's in clear picture. Sometimes you just gotta lay down the basics. I feel, you know, it takes long to pass through our intestines. Whilst it's doing that, some of it can get stuck. What happens? It rots. It's acidic. What is that an environment for? Parasites, because they thrive in the acidic environment. People want to find the research from what we're talking about. They can go and do their own research as well. Yeah. When you go to the toilet, you get constipated. You get constipated because of things like meat. Well, we're on the topic of discussion of meat this week, today.
Yeah.
So we do. I'm not saying that there's no other contributors.
Yeah.
There is, but meat. We're talking about meat. So yeah. Back.
All right, cool. Match fit.
When a man's squeezing and they're sitting on the toilet, yeah, and whatnot, and they've been eating the whole freaking what's it called, Island Mocha, Tommy's, or whatever, what's this new one now, Anish, or whatever, blah blah blase, or in a jerk shop, right? Eat the veg for 1 week, yeah. After you eat the veg for 1 week and you've been going to the toilet, you'll see the difference straight away, yeah, straight away, instantly, especially if you're eating vegetables and fruits, because that's what our body needs.
Yeah. All right. Cool.
When we eat the meat, sometimes we get the heartburn, we get the pain in the chest. If we overeat, then listen, there's science. It's got blood in it. We walk into the shop, you see the thing on the shelves. It's there in plastic, in blood. Really and truly, all right, cool. Yeah, you could kill your own whatever and whatnot, but bro, these things are staying in warehouses, yeah, with disease, riddled, yeah. Chickens, for example, 10 chickens over there dead for weeks. People don't even know because they've got so much chicken in the warehouse, yeah. And it's
cool.
Full of E. coli, freaking what's the other ones? All these bacterias and whatnots. So I'm not being funny. If whoever eats meat, that's their choice.
Facts.
But I'm saying, if you want to eat something, no matter what it is, be informed of, you know,
exactly what's in it.
What it is you're eating and how and where it comes from. Because at the end of the day, it's that easy. Yo, boom, blah blah blah. Yeah, man, cheers some of this. Cheers, wicked enough. Where you get that from? Yeah, just down there store. Acre Lane, Brixton. Before you know it, that's how it goes. Oh, you're going there every day now. This thing could be freaking, you know, not good for us. Meat, we know if we eat it too much, it's going to mash us up. We come from places in the world, all of us skin color shows that we come from places in the world where the baddest of the baddest fruits, hang from the tree. Juicy fruit, hydrated. Brother, I'd rather eat that all day long. That's
100. Match fit.
Yeah, so the whole thing that man said last week or whenever that was is like, if there's a way that we are designed to adapt and eat meat, and it won't do us no harm. But there are bad things in a lot of things. There are anti-nutrients in plant foods. There are lectins in some plant food that are not good for you. There's shit in too much of anything is bad. So the thing about meat isn't to prove that there's nothing in it that's bad.
What are you talking about?
I'm not arguing.
Don't people get colon cancer?
Bro,
I'm not
please.
easy. Wait, one
No,
second.
no, you can't. You have to be disciplined.
Man, just let you speak.
Wait.
This is discipline, though.
Nah,
this
is. Let you
is.
speak.
Bro, we
have to be disciplined on nature, man.
He said there's no proof.
Yeah.
There is proof.
Yeah, I know, but that's a rebuttal. That's a rebuttal.
These bowel issues. They have sensitive bowel syndrome or whatever it is. These things are been proven. It's meat doing this.
Yeah.
It creates mucus in the colon. Brother, this is normal. Easy. Real talks. You see me? I don't petticoat things. If a man says something, I have to jump sometimes. Sometimes we're not all going to agree. I get that. Yeah. But, bro, that thing has been proven.
But remember, no, but remember that nature, man, it's a teaching tool. It's not just for us, it's for the people that's listening. And I'm gonna get to that. I'm gonna get to that point. And
I have something else to ask him, but personally, I was trying to wait because I do want to hear what you're saying.
No, we have to be. But but the thing is, we on a platform. I consider us as on a level that we are a teacher in our own right. You go out there and you give advice. Matchfit goes out there, gives advice. I go out there and give advice. So we need to set a standard. We need to get a standard, and part of the standard is discipline. Even when you disagree with him, please do not cut him. Let him finish. Just wait. Just hold that. Even write notes of what he said that you.
I hear what you're saying.
Please, because I'm not setting no standard for the, especially for the black community as well.
If that's the way we're gonna do it,
yeah.
I'll try my hardest.
Yeah.
That way. I get that.
Yeah.
Pen and paper, that's a good idea.
Matchfit. Sorry about that, Matchfit. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
So I'm starting again now, yeah?
Sorry, bro.
And then comes to this whole...
Get the pen and paper now still.
Okay. So, when it comes to this meat thing, we have to understand that we have adapted to be able to utilize eating meat. All primates do it. All primates are plant-based animals. Monkeys, chimps, apes, orangutan, all of them. But they all have some amount of animal food that help them get by. Humans are the same. We found ways to adapt our plant-based nature to get the nutrients out of meat. So it's more than just protein. Right? We have to, I'm plant-based. I've been plant-based 6 years. I feel great. I advise everybody that this is the best diet for you. But I cannot deny many people that have benefited from a more animal food intake. They exist out there. You can look them up. They exist. People do it all the time, whether they're athletes, whether they were normal people with some sort of immunodeficiency, illness. They've had to adapt their diet. They've had to take out certain plants and they've added in certain animal products. Not all animal products are created equal. So a lot of the things you said earlier about some animal products, they're all trash, but other ones, free-range beef, grass-fed beef, free-range, different types, cause less. Dairy is something, I read something the other day where I just thought dairy is dairy, right? And everyone that's lactose intolerant is lactose intolerant. But then I've read something where people are finding that if they actually get raw dairy, raw milk, not the processed shit, pasteurized and all that shit, then all of a sudden, they're no longer lactose intolerant, which just confuses the fuck out of me because I thought that was just about one enzyme. Now, just because I had a certain understanding about how lactose intolerance works, I can't deny that this is what is happening. This is happening. People who are lactose intolerant are actually trying out pure dairy, natural dairy, unpasteurized, untreated, and they are having no reaction. people are actually living on carnivore diets and they're getting benefits, they're actually healing themselves from other issues. Some people cannot deal with the anti-nutrients that are in certain plant foods, but they can deal with red meat. There is even a logic that says red meat is the least inflammatory, right? So all of this to say, again, is about understanding. My whole question last week to everyone, who no one gave me an answer to, and you were supposed to come back this week with a real answer to, Eazi, yeah? If I'm only eating meat once a month or once every 2 weeks, and I do the right processes around it, is it really going to harm me? Because my understanding now of this whole thing, there's a right way to do it. And there's a way it can benefit me if I did it right. I don't know what that way is, but I can understand now that there are certain things in me that people benefit off of. And if I was somehow deficient, if I was to find out I was somehow deficient in certain minerals, which I could get from eating a certain piece of liver from a certain piece of animal, and I did a certain process to detox after the fact, the carcinogenic effect of eating that amount of meat would be negligible. My body could deal with it and I could detox that. All the negatives would be negligible. It's like a medicine. You know, there's a certain amount of cyanide in certain plants and fruits that man eat. Cyanide is a poison, but in that plant food, it's not going to harm me because the amount of it is negligible. But
Which one?
did it? I think it's like apples. I can't remember.
We don't eat the seeds,
There's
though.
a few.
Yeah, they're in the seeds, but we don't eat the seeds.
Almond
but there are
nuts as well though.
Almonds as well. Almonds. There are a few. The point is there are a few. And the point is, if I don't eat so much that it will affect me, then it's irrelevant. That's the point I'm making. So the same thing can be said of plants as is meat. There's a certain amount of shit in the meat that if I don't go past that threshold, I can reap whatever benefits I might be seeking to reap and negate the negatives that are in there. And this is what the point I'm trying to make. This understanding is taken as a holistic approach. It's not that full meat is the enemy. I am plant-based. I'm just going to finish on that. I personally feel great. 6 years, I train regular, hard. Yeah, I'm good. But I'm still not going to ignore the fact that I've seen the studies that suggest why, but I've actually seen people, I've looked it up, people around the world are benefiting from an animal diet. So if all I'm going to hear from both of you is animal food is bad, then it's like you're not really explaining what's happening to these people. Like, because people are benefiting from this shit. So if it's all just bad for you, right, then you're not really explaining what's going on. And I'm done.
Yeah, Eazi's next so. Okay. Yeah, that's good. That was good from both of you, yeah. So what I've been saying, what I'm saying now, I did answer your question as well on the last thingy. I don't know if you wanted me to expound a little bit more on it. I can expand a little bit. But so now we're gonna, cause I went through the trimethylamine, yeah, and oxide that is created where.
The carcinogenic.
Wait, let me finish, Matchfit, bro.
No, I was just saying,
yeah. I just wanted to take them points in consideration because I got more, and then another point that I want to make upon what you said as well. You're talking about your body and Homo sapiens adapting to meat sources and the nutrients that is provided by meat source. I disagree with that fully, and I'll show you how, and I'll break it down scientifically. Yeah. So before I go into the adaptation. The mutation and adaptation, I'm going to go to give you another source that is carcinogenic within our body, and it's called arachidonic acid is also known and is referred to as omega-6. Yeah, it's unsaturated fat. Yeah, this is another issue within the meat. You can find it in lean meat sources and processed meat sources, yeah? When you consume this arachidonic acid, yeah, it gets picked up by what we have enzymes, yeah? Enzymes with our body. There's called oxygenase and it got cyclooxygenase, yeah? These two enzymes convert this archaic acid, and what happens is it promotes what you have bioactive lipids, yeah. So bioactive lipids is the fats, it's the cell membrane, yeah. It activates it into the point where it kind of promotes cancer cells. especially within tumors. Yeah. So this is another substance that meat source provides a trigger and a promotion of cancer cells, cancer growth, which is tumor specifically. It's called arachidonic acid. That's the scientific name, and it goes through the methylation. No, it goes through a translation through the enzymes oxygenesis and cyclooxygenase, yeah, and which converts and activates the lipo hyperactive, which then promotes tumor growth. That's within meat sources. That's within the fats of lean meat and processed meat. So that's another scientific method of why consuming meat causes a detrimental within our body. Yeah? If anyone want to expound on that before I go on to the next one.
Yeah, what's that? Omega 6. You're talking about omega 6.
Omega 6, the polysaccharide, it's archaic acid. Because remember, you got categories. When you say omega 6, it ain't one form. It's not just one form of omega 6. Like you have omega 3s, yeah? It ain't just one form. You have categories within those forms. You get it, Matchfit? Yeah?
So what are you saying?
The archaic...
What's the good omega 6? What's the good omega 6?
Well, you got you got different types. You got different types of omega 6. I'm just picking out the one that's...
Saying that the one in the animal one is the bad one.
The arachidonic acid. The arachidonic acid. Arachidonic acid. Within...
You're saying that's the bad
ARACHIDONIC acid. Yeah, it's a 20 chain 20 carbon chain. Yeah.
So what are we saying? Yeah, that omega 6.
Right. Arachidonic acid and carcinogenic. Can you see it?
No, I'm gonna do a few different.
Yeah. All right, cool. So basically, through that process of it being metabolized by those two enzymes, lipoxygenase and cyclooxygenases, yeah, it promotes hyperactive lipids within the cell membrane, which then promotes the growth of tumors. So I give you basically a circuit of how it works within the body. So that's something that you can look at. That is predominantly found in meat sources, yeah. Like I said, the lean meat and the processed meat, yeah. Yeah. So I don't know if you heard of that term. Have you heard of that term? Arachidonic.
So basically,
I'm still asking about whether it's the good or the bad one. So there's omega 6.
Let me break it down for this arachidonic acid thing that we're talking about quickly. Yeah, it's coming from the PubMed Central.
Yeah.
National Institute of Health. National Institute of Health.
Arachidonic.
So basically, what I'm getting is that arachidonic acid is something that we have in us anyway, regardless of whether we're human or animal.
Right? It's the good shit.
The type of omega 6.
There's a few things. I'm just gonna. What the fuck's going on?
It's polyunsaturated. Unsaturated, I mean, not saccharide.
AA, as it's stated, I can't get back up now, but I'm just gonna keep it short and simple. With the arachidonic acid.
No, read it. All right, that was
something.
good.
Yeah, read it. Put it up.
I would, but for some reason, it just comes out. So I'm just gonna say the bit that I thought was key, because I think that obviously, we're talking about in meat, yeah. But we have this arachidonic acid in us. Like, for example, if we cut our skin, it's something that helps us to heal as well. You know what I mean? It's something that...
No, it's part of your cells. It's membrane. I just mentioned what it does. It's the cell's membrane. And what it does with the enzymes, it promotes what you have tumor growth. So it's hyperactive, the lipids. Lipids are, of course, is in our body. It's fats. Our cells is made by lipids, by the membrane of our cells is lipid, yeah? But what I'm trying to say, that source of the archaic
is a carcinogenic.
It promotes by the conversion of those enzymes that I spoke about, promotes the growth of tumor growth, cancer cell growth.
So basically, what we're trying to say is, what you're saying as well is that there's specific things within the meat that activate the cancerous cells that we have in our body.
Facts.
Yeah.
And this is a regular thing. If we eat meat, we could be activated with cancer at any point in time. It just depends on, you know what I mean,
The trigger.
what day it is.
All right. So,
I wanted to ask you some questions though.
Please.
Wait, one second.
Ask the same question.
Go on, once again.
All right.
So, omega-6s. There are doses of omega-6s that everyone acknowledges we need, right? They're good for us. Are we saying these are bad omega-6s?
No, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that. No.
So what
I'm saying the type of one that comes from the meat source triggers off with the enzymes that's within our body that promotes tumor growth.
So are
You get
saying
it?
that this is a bad omega-6 and there are good omega-6?
No. There's nothing bad or nothing good. It's the compound and what it's given. It's the contents of how it's given and what it's given. What triggers it and what doesn't. It's a polyunsaturated fatty acid.
Yeah.
It's needed, but
So
then
omega-6 in it on its own, that's what omega-6 is, a polyunsaturated fat. In and of itself, omega-6 isn't bad. So I'm trying to understand.
no, I'm not trying to say it's
what
bad. I
makes
just
it
answered that.
cancerous.
I answered it. I'm trying to say with the enzymes that is the way it's like saying heme iron, yeah, and non-heme iron.
Oh, so you're saying there's there's enzymes in the meat?
No.
that are also
No.
So where are they? I don't understand.
The enzymes are within your body, Matchfit, bro. I'm going back to basics with you, brother.
Exactly. Yeah, no, I understand.
I'm going back to basics.
This is what I'm trying to get at, right? Omega-6s and omega-9s are fatty acids that we need. We need them. As humans, we need them. Do you understand that?
I already answered you. Just repeating itself. I said that we have them in. He said that we have them in our body. I'm trying to say that we have them. I said that we have them in our cells. We have them everywhere. That's part of our cellular structure. I answered that.
I'm talking about in our diets. We have to eat omega-6s and 9s. There's a certain ratio.
It's not 9s. It's omega-3s, bro. Where's 9s coming from?
Omega-6s and 3s. Yeah, there's a certain ratio. Yeah, that you need. If you don't have the right ratio between omega-6s and 3s, then it's a problem.
Yeah.
But long and short of it, we need these oils.
Okay.
Right? So now you're telling me the existence of this oil is carcinogenic. So can you see my issue?
I'm not saying the existence of this answer. I never said that though.
Okay, so what are you
I'm saying that the meat provides you, archaic arachidonic acid, yeah.
Omega-6.
It's not omega-6, bro. They call it the term. It's a type.
Arachidonic acid. Basically, meat is acidic.
No, there's no basic.
No, it's not basic. It's not basic.
It's an omega-6. No, he's saying
it's a 20 chain. It's a 20 chain. Someone Google it. Someone Google it right now. No one's got a Google right now.
You know what?
My phone to do it.
I was trying to. Yeah.
Jesus Christ,
I'll be
brother.
back in a second.
Right.
Wait, can you write into the comments those names?
Arachidonic acid.
Because I'm gonna come off and I'm gonna do it.
Because it metabolizes with the
comments.
I wanted to bring up something though, yeah, because obviously where we're talking about meat earlier, where's he gone? He's gone.
Yeah, he's probably gonna go do that research.
Okay, no, I wanted to. I'll mention it again when he comes back. But I wanted to mention in it about basically how, because he was saying about cyanide being in foods.
Yeah.
And obviously, like how there's certain foods that have cyanide in us and don't affect us. Obviously, I brought up the thing to do with the apple and we don't eat the seeds and whatever, but apparently it's like 1,000 seeds before if you used to consume it, then it would give you an effect. But then it's like cassava. In saying that, okay, yeah, these things don't harm us. Now, obviously, cool. Now, this food that has, for example, like cassava, it's got cyanide in it, which they try to drain out as much as possible before we consume it. You give it to a pig, the pig dies straight away. But you give it to us, it still mashes us up.
Exactly.
Fibroids, women.
It's always the contents of how much.
What's it called?
Of how much.
Cysts. Do you know what it is? When I get to the stage in my life where I'm able to say, you know what, no, I can eat the cleanest of the cleanest, and that's that. There will be like no ifs, buts, or maybes. It's just going to be like, yeah, calm. This is what it is now. You know what I'm saying? And I think that should be the goal of everybody that cares about you know, what they eat and their health.
I should have done it.
It's not for everybody.
I wish I haven't got no internet, man. I'm pissed, bruv. Cause I would have pulled it
I
up.
hear you still. I hear you. And it was also saying about people are benefiting from meat. But yeah, I wanted to ask him. I want to ask him that question. How are people benefiting from meat? Because from what I hear, let's talk on this level now. People can't be benefiting from meat if the meat that they're eating doesn't even benefit from what they eat themselves. For one, like these animals, they're not eating good diets. They're not getting good exercise. They're lucky if they see daylight. So we must be talking about a very, 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 very small, you know, and even them, even if all the animals were getting those things, I don't see how you're not benefiting at all. You benefit from things that give you vitamins and minerals, and I understand that there's minerals within the meat. But let's just say the animal was eating what it should eat. Why would you want to have the animal to get the minerals from what he's getting minerals from when you can get it directly yourself? It doesn't make logic sense. Yeah, okay, cool. Yeah, you might like the meat when you season it up and eat it and whatnot. I get that. Yeah, I get that. But other than that, there's nothing to it. You're never going to get that orange off the tree or mango or whatever and say, yeah, I need to season it. It's seasoned already. It come ready. It come the way it is. That's food ready for you. You know? So I don't see how people are benefiting from meat. But I do hear that, yeah, okay, cool. Well, for example, eating cow's milk, or drinking rather, sorry, and then drinking buffalo's milk. There's two different things. The buffalo is an original animal in the wild. The cow was basically created by man. It's a hybrid animal, same as the chicken, same as all these animals. So the meat that we're eating today, for one, I can't say about all meats, but I know buffalo's milk, you know, them kind of animals, it'd probably be better if you was going to eat meat, to eat animals that exist and are in the wild, as with the veg and the fruit.
Yeah.
Because if you're not eating something that has been made by nature, God, etc., then that's when you know, okay, well, boy, this thing here is going to give a different reaction to you in the long run, especially if you enjoy it and you abuse it or you eat it more than you should. We ain't the ones to decide how many times we got to eat something before it mashes us up.
Yeah.
Some people it's just once.
That's the thing, we need to get two people on this source, because I know Match is probably reading that source or trying to find something. He's going to come back up here and say something. But we have to just be careful on how we're reading it. We have to be careful.
Another thing is that people adapt to.
Yeah, I wanna definitely question that as well, because this
I can't really take that on, because how does your intestines adapt? Please tell me. I don't know.
Yeah.
Man, Fit needs to come and tell man, how does your intestines adapt? Because your intestines ain't adapted. You still got the same 2-meter intestine that we've had for the longest XYZ, and I can't tell you how long. I'm not trying to be too political or whatever, but how does your intestine adapt? Because to me, it doesn't.
Let me see.
Even the people that you hear of in the Bible, or let's say the Quran, or you know whatnot from ancient history, it shows these people never ate meat. Some of them are expected to have lived 900 years. No, sorry, the African's coming out of me. How are you telling me that somebody is going to live 900 years, yeah, and they'll be eating meat? And if that's the case, boy, they definitely wasn't eating no bloody chicken. Some dirty bird that freaking, you know what I mean, got shit all over it. Wow, man.
Where's the match for you taking this? How many? What did he say he went to go do?
I don't know. I think he was trying to sort out his internet, but obviously he's driving in it, so.
No, he just jumped out his car. He stopped where he was going. He was meant to go check out the source or something.
Okay. Probably come back still, man.
Let me see.
Well, yeah, someone just made a comment still.
Yeah, everyone wants to. Yeah, let's see if anyone wants.
Arachidonic acid and other polyunsaturated fatty acids, PUFA, are essential to brain development, repair, and maintenance, and to neuron protection.
Yeah, it is telling me. It is saying. It is saying the benefits now. He hasn't gone into what I said. I never said that we didn't need it. This is what happens all the time. So he does his research.
Do you know what? That's fine.
And it doesn't dispute. It doesn't dispute what
something that is classed as good.
It doesn't dispute what I said. But yeah,
we
match
can
fit's coming
get
on
what we
anyway.
need from other things as well.
Was that?
We don't need the stuff that helps to develop the brain and repair and maintenance from meats.
Yeah. What are you saying, match fit?
Yeah, so that's just the first explanation I had of it. Like, I didn't go into the details like you're saying, but
Okay.
I looked for a minute. I didn't see the enzyme bit that you're saying. But I suppose my only thing is, yeah, I knew it was as far as I was concerned. When you're talking about omega-6s, you're not talking about something that's inherently bad. As far as I'm concerned, so it's not inherently bad. The fact that it's omega-6 in meat is not inherently bad. So I'm confused about.
No, but I never said that. You no, but match fit.
No. I'm not saying you did.
Okay.
I was
Okay.
saying, why are we looking at that and looking at the inherent negative sides of it? Because as far as I'm concerned, as long as it's an omega-6, it's not inherently bad. We need that shit. So now I'm trying to understand what you're saying, how this process works that makes it this negative outcome. This is what I don't get.
Yeah, because it's a type of omega-6, yeah?
That kind is good for us.
Yeah, it's a type. No, wait. You want me to reply? You can't. It's a type of omega-6, yeah? So what I'm saying is, regardless if it has benefits, you know, it's like saying heme iron. Heme iron has their benefits, but we know it promotes cancer cells. It promotes oxidative stress. This is my point. So when I mention something, it doesn't mean that it has to be all bad. I don't think I have mentioned anything when it comes to a nutrient factor that said this is bad, there's nothing good. I always say in content, and especially how it's been delivered and how the enzymes interact with these nutrients, it would have a ripple effect within our dietary. And I made that clear. So now I'm glad that you researched it and it's there. Research the the arachidonic acid carcinogenic. It's not hard to find. You will see what I'm saying. So I'll leave that there. But yeah, I think Matchfit, you're kind of busy still. It's too much in the background.
You made a point that it made no sense to me, bro. That's all it was. So I needed to make sense. Now you're telling me about I tried to do something. I don't understand what you're saying, bro.
No, I'm talking about your background. I'm talking about your background, brother.
See it. Okay.
I'm talking about your background. You're busy. It seems like you got a lot of things going on. Huh?
I'm muted. Yeah, I got a cut in a second.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But I had a last point. So can I just
The acid that I always talk to you about.
can I just give you this last point before you left or match?
Do you remember?
I know one's.
Yo, Matchfit, can I give you this last?
Yeah, I'm listening.
Let me give you this last shutdown.
I'm here. I'm listening.
But I want Nature Man to hear as well. This is the last shutdown. Because remember we talk about adaptation and how primates can adapt to our dietary. This is where it's going to cause a big problematic. So I hope Matchfit is listening, yeah? So we got something here like called heme iron, yeah? Heme iron is found in meat sources, yeah? Heme iron. Non-heme iron is found in plant-based, yeah? That's clear.
Plants, not plant-based, plants.
Plants, yeah? So it's very known of being carcinogenic. Why is it carcinogenic? Yeah? I'm gonna tell you now, yeah? Carcinogenic, yeah? So heme iron, when it's introduced into our dietary, it creates what you call the nitroso compound, the N-nitroso compound, yeah? Nitroso compound, Nitroso compound, and also the nitrosomy, yeah? Nitroasmine, yeah? These compounds, yeah, then causes what you called a mutagenesis. Mutagenesis. Has anyone heard of a mutagenesis? Matchfit.
I think I've heard you talking about it, to be honest.
Matchfit, have you heard of mutagenesis? All right, teaching tool, yeah? So mutagenesis, M-U-T-A genesis, yeah? Mutagenesis.
I have heard of mutagenesis, but you know what? I've got to go.
Yeah, okay, salute to you, bro. Salute to you. It's a teaching tool for me anyway.
I've got 5 minutes. Yeah, Luke's not here. Luke's not here.
All right.
I've got 5 minutes.
So,
go on.
mutagenesis is where mutations occur within the DNA. Now we're talking about genetics. We're talking about genomes. So mutagenesis is is when mutations occur within the sequence of our genetic factor, which is our DNA. We know we got adenine, thymine, cysteine, and uracil, yeah? That's our DNA structure, yeah? But we have segments and sequence that is so long, that is, you know what I mean? Our DNA structure is so long. I don't know how long it is, but it's long enough, yeah? So these sequences, yeah, has been mutated. It's called mutagenesis. This happens when heme iron is digested, which then converts it into N-nitrosoma compound, yeah? So compounds. It causes what you call mutagenesis. There's another form, it's called methylation. Have anyone heard of methylation? Methylation is when the sequence of the DNA gets changes, but don't actually, the segment of the sequence gets changes, but not the whole sequence, yeah? So part of the DNA structure gets changes, but not the whole structure, yeah? Mutagenesis is where a mutation occurs, yeah? And then through that understanding of how sequences get changed through mutation, yeah, they identified what you know now as lictin mutational signatures, yeah? Lictin mutational signatures are markers that occur. So now they understand what occurs in the DNA through fingerprints. It's like doing a crime, nature man, and you left a fingerprint on the scene. Yeah, that's what occurred. That's what occurs when you eat dietary that causes detrimental to your genome. It will leave signatures in there, markers there. So this is how they can trace, yeah, that the consumption was done through the meat source, which is heme meat, because they left a specific marker that only occurs when it's a consumption that is converted from nitrosol compound that then is created through heme meat. It's called lictin mutational signature. So now the scientists have found these markers within tumors now. They found these markers, and it's colon colorectal cancers specifically. So it's colon cancers. Yeah, so it goes back to what you were saying. So now these scientists have found what you have is markers, and what is called is alkylating mutational signatures within the tumor.
Yeah.
And this is how they translate it way back into what you call the heme iron and the processed meat and the red meat factor. So red meat is carcinogenic. It plays with it causes mutation within your DNA sequence, which then later on cause cancers to drive and run wild within your colon rectum. So that's a gunshot right there, bro.
You know what? I'm glad you broke it down like that. When what's it called? Yeah, I'm gonna have to watch this part specifically to hear what you were saying again. But what you're saying, I'm glad you brought it up, because this is what I'm trying to say. Like, if your body's not eating what you're supposed to, let's say, yeah, your body's not gonna move like it's supposed to. It's not gonna look like it's supposed to. And just because, oh yeah, when I say it's not gonna look like it's supposed to, doesn't mean that, oh yeah, from what you see on the outside. We're talking internally as well. You know what I'm saying? If you eat shit or you don't live healthily, what happens? Your whole face changes, your looks change. You know, you know what I'm saying? It has an effect on your body. Some people can't bloody walk without freaking passing 10 meters and sweating, because, you know, you'll see these people, they're out there right now, it's cold. They don't wear no jacket. They have t-shirt and walk down the road, or jumper or something like that.
Yeah.
That's their thing. That's their reality.
That's genetic markers again.
Yeah, and the reality of it is meat. These people love meat. Okay, if you love processed sugar and all that too, bro, go and see the people that love the processed sugar and tell me if they don't love processed meat or meat in general too.
Mad. Bro, it's crazy though, because you know what it is, yeah, when you actually look, no, but the thing is, the reason why I always stress this scientific literature, yeah, because when you look deep into the sources of what meat provides you, it would leave, like, especially when it comes to these tumors. Scientific was trying to figure out what's causing this, and they found, and this is a source that come from 2021. So it's a recent academic PH scientific source that actually found the marker that resonates within the meat consumption that causes colorectal cancers within the colon, and that's detrimental. That was like a big founding, you know what I mean? So that just changed any perspective on how meat causes cancers to your cells, you know what I mean? And then when
something that is called carbonic acid and uric acid. I think uric acid is in meat. A lot of people need to do, you know, the research on that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But boy, Eazi, I'm not gonna lie to you. Today is my birthday.
Yeah.
We have to link up, have a conversation again.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But that's what I'll say to the people. Go and look up uric acid and carbonic acid.
Yeah.
It's some of it is so simple that you see right now. At the moment, I'm not studying any further. Yeah, I will, because I love knowledge. But on a basic level, it's so simple. I think that we sometimes like make things more difficult than we need to. It's good to know terminologies, it's good to know scientific, it's good to know like things in and out, but the basis of this thing is that it is acidic. Acidity causes mucus. In fact, parasites are in meat. Listen, it's crazy. You might think you cook it properly, parasites still can be in there. People say, oh, but there's parasites in everything. No, I believe there's insects and then there's parasites. Yeah, parasites are things that are not going to help you, but there's insects, there's an ecosystem, you know what I'm saying, that helps to, you know, make certain things flourish and thrive, you know, i.e. fruit, veg, etc., etc., etc. The parasites that you're going to get in meat is nowhere going to be like the larvae that, I mean, yeah, the larvae and all them kind of things, you know, is nowhere going to be anything close to what you might find in, I don't know, an apricot or, you know, your random apple. Do you know what I'm saying?
Facts.
Like you might catch a caterpillar or something, but apart from that, it is what it is. But yeah, man.
Yeah, man. I enjoy your birthday though. Still, man. I need to end this. I definitely end this. I need to end this properly, man. Blessings. Yeah, we definitely chop it up next week or something like. Hopefully we get S-Man on there.
We keep it going, man. People love, man.
Yeah, man. Blessings.
Yeah, love.
Bless. Yo, family. So Eazi's back here. So let me just make sure that people understand what Eazi just broke down. It's called alkylating mutational signatures, yeah? These are just like markers that's been left, footprints, fingerprints that's been left by the consumption of heme iron, yeah? Heme iron, it produces nitrosol compound, yeah? Then it gets converted, causing what we have now as mutagenesis, which is mutation within our DNA sequence, yeah? And this is what you called alkylating mutational signatures, yeah? This is all genetic mutations that causes cancer cells within our body. And that's from the assumption of heme iron, yeah? So that's how we're gonna end it. People they're gonna have to research it, because a lot of people don't know what hell Eazi's talking about. So you research it and you will find the truth, yeah? Make sure you write everything I said down and then go fact check it. But I'm gonna leave it as that, because Eazi's, you know what I mean, the information was said, and it's always a part 2, part 3, part 4, yeah? So blessings to the family. Bless.